Welcome to another episode of the Group Parlay podcast. As always, Kevin Asoya, Nick Strom, Andy Semo. Good to have the full squad back. I was telling these guys earlier, I am in a full fade. If you are riding with me, you just are a glutton for punishment. It's been horrible. I'm 1 for my last 7, so that doesn't feel great. I am the sole reason we are losing, and I have no confidence in my picks. So we go with the data, and we just let it ride. Maybe I got to be more like Kevin, just fade the pub. I don't know.
Some dogs.
We need some dogs. I'll hand it to Kevin for a recap of yesterday's parlay.
Yeah. Yesterday in general was a huge day for the dogs. I think dogs won like 70 or covered like 70+% of games. So I had Raiders Ravens plus 10.5 there for the Raiders, and they won the game outright. Fun game for the Raiders. Brock Bowers was looking good. Defense was awesome. So nice one there. And then Steelers money line for Strami. Justin Fields, baby. 13-6. That defense is so good, and the Broncos are really bad. So 13-6 final. Nice hit there for Steelers money line. And then Andy had Niners minus 3.5. Unfortunately, they looked terrible. They made the Vikings defense look really good. They made Sam Darnold look really good. And they lost that game outright as well. So unfortunate there. So tough weekend. We're 5 for 11 on the month. Up 10.24 units still, and up 16.04 units with the boost. So still hanging around pretty well. I'm 11-6, Andy's 6-10-1, and Nick is 12-5.
And Brad had a bad beat as well.
Yes, we should 90 yards. He had basically all of them on one play, and then didn't touch the ball in the second half for Lamb there. Really tough beat.
Yeah. So new guests next week. Our rule is if you hit, you stay on, except for Dave, because Dave's just secured a full Saturday slot. But for NFL, if you hit, you stay on. We have yet to have a Sunday winner for a guest. I thought yesterday was the one, and the fact that they just didn't use CeeDee Lamb at all in the second half is kind of insane. So it is what it is.
Tough beat.
Yeah, tough beat. So we'll have a new guest on Sunday. But a new day, same game parlay for NFL, because apparently we don't do baseball anymore, which I'm actually okay with.
Well, until tomorrow.
So
some baseball left still. Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday.
Probably pretty soon. Yeah, action probably starts this week or next week, I think. So
whenever conference play gets going.
Let's get into the picks. Strom, why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, sticking with the Monday night tonight, I'm going Devonta Smith, 70+ receiving yards. Last year, after the Eagles' Week 10 bye, he went over 70 yards in 5 of 7 games. No A.J. Brown tonight. Love that. I'm expecting a huge target share. He had 8 targets last week, 7 catches for, I think he had 83, 84 yards, something along those lines. This Falcons defense, not expected to be great, even with the additions of Judon and Simmons. I know they looked okay last week against the Steelers. The Steelers' offense is not good. I expect Devonta Smith to get the ball a lot tonight. So give me Devonta Smith, 70+ receiving yards.
Yeah, they don't have the targets. I mean, it's Dotson and Goddard if they don't go to him. So
I was looking at Goddard's number. Goddard's was 43.5, which I also really like. But you got to throw the ball to somebody. So
yeah, I agree. AJ Terrell's pretty good, but they're going to need to throw the ball to somebody. And Devonta Smith is a very trusted wideout for Jalen Hurts. No AJ Brown. I could see him getting 10+ targets today. So they're going to use him. All right, I'll go next. I'll stay in the same vein as receiver props. I'm going Drake London over 54.5, 57.5 receiving yards. The Falcons need him to be good. And if they're going to win this game, they need to throw the ball and use their best wide receiver. The Eagles last week gave him 260 pass yards to Jordan Love. Would have been more if he didn't get injured in the end. Also gave up 130 receiving yards to Jalen Reed, who is their number 1 wide receiver for the Packers. Eagles had the worst pass defense in the league last year. So Kirk Cousins needs to throw the ball to win the game. They will need to get Drake London in the pass game. I could see him getting a large target share tonight too. 57.5, not a big number for him, I don't think. So that's what we're going with. Also, I could see the Eagles taking the lead early. Game script could work for them to pass the ball more. So
I like it. I like this pick. He has to bounce back. There's no way Drake London has 2 bad weeks in a row.
That was my question: is when do we call Drake London a bust? He's pushing the bust boundaries.
Not yet. New offense. Week 1 overreactions. We got week 1 overreactions too.
Were we calling Marvin Harrison Jr. a bust last week?
No. I mean, this is year 3 for Drake London. It's like
he's had Desmond Ritter throwing.
New offense, new coaching too.
I get it.
Like, trust me, I'm with you. But if they're going to get Kirk Cousins going, they have to use their number 1 target. Like that's what it comes down to. You have to use your playmakers.
Yeah. Good segue for me here. I'll jump in. So I'm taking Falcons plus 6.5. Week 1 overreactions. People were big on the Falcons going to preseason. They have a bad week 1 on offense, and everyone's out the door already. It's 1 week. It's new quarterback, new coaches, some new players too, obviously. But I'm not going to overlook that. Underdogs 10-4-1 in week 2. That's the number 10-4-1. We ride the dogs. This pick doesn't look great on paper, to be honest. But yeah, the Eagles, like you said, they had the worst pass or secondary last year, worse against the pass. Still don't have a good secondary. They didn't really up it much. I think Bijan's going to go off, huge run day, and they didn't look great against week 1 against the Packers. They gave up 29 points. They could have lost that game. And Hurts had 2 picks and a fumble. He actually fumbled twice, but they recovered one of them. They were just kind of sloppy. And then on defense, they let the Packers get 7.8 yards per rush. So I'm expecting them to Bijan to have a huge game today. I think Kirk will bounce back. Give me the plus 6.5, taking the points, and we'll see what happens. No A.J. Brown's huge. I forgot to mention that. No A.J. Brown is massive for the Eagles.
Yeah, Eagles at home, but I don't know. The Eagles, they're just not that good. Since they started 6-0 last year or something like that, they just haven't been
right.
Great.
They lost however many games in a row going back to last season. And A.J. Brown had 119 yards last week, so that's a lot of yards to make up for.
Yeah, and the Eagles, they actually weren't that good against the spread at home last year. I think they were 3-5. They were 3-4-1 against the spread at home last year. So I like that big number.
I mean, the obvious pick here is to take the Eagles. We got to get uncomfortable. We're taking the Falcons.
Yeah, no. You guys are guarantee hits, locking it up. Devonta Smith Drake London full fade, but.
If London doesn't hit, the Falcons probably aren't covering. So I think me and you are riding this pick together, basically.
Yeah, unless Bijan goes for like 2 bills.
It's Darnell Mooney's night. It's Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, Darnell Mooney's game, yeah.
That'd be something.
So, but it's going to be a fun game to watch, no doubt about that. Looking forward to it. So, to recap the picks, we got Devonta Smith, 70-plus receiving yards at -118. Drake London, over 57.5 receiving yards, -110. Falcons, plus 6.5, -143. Comes out to plus 367. 50% boost on FanDuel for these same game parlays. We love it. Makes it plus 550 for the parlay. Loving these boosts. DraftKings, you're out the door. You can only give us 4-leggers. Those 50% boosts on 3-leggers are great.
Except Kevin. Kevin still gets the 50%
Yeah,
boost.
I had another one today, 50% on any bet.
Dude, that's ridiculous. I don't understand. This is dumb. So, it's all right. The FanDuel account's healthy. It's no doubt about that.
Yeah. We'd love to get one in the win column here. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's get it, boys.